because I'm a black man that has 5 kids by 3 different women, right? Start having kids at like 18, 17, actually 18. So I'm extremely aware of what can happen to you if you don't pick the right partner, or what can happen to you if you have a child and you're just too immature to handle everything that comes with that the correct way. Like, I'm a big proponent of being there for your children, spending as much time as you can with your children. Financially and all those things are extremely important, but being there to me is like the most important thing. The most revolutionary thing you can do as a black man to me is to spend time with your goddamn kid and be as productive as possible. Be a good example for them. Like, don't be out here in the streets doing no fuck shit. Don't be in the streets or doing nothing where you wouldn't be a good example for your kid moving forward. So I'm a big proponent of that, right? But here's what I think about the whole child support topic, right? So first off, if you're in a situation where you need these white folks to come and govern your relationship with your child, you're already fucked up, right? So us, black men and black women, bringing the child support system into our homes, into our situation, is an extremely negative thing you can do to your family. Like, none of us should even take that route, because to me, child support, welfare, all a part of institutionalized racism to me. Like, it all comes from the same family tree, if you ask me. You see what I'm saying? So these are people who don't really mean us no well and are dictating how much we should pay, what interest is going to be, like, on a child. Like, this is some bullshit, right? So at the end of the day, we should be in a position where we don't even need the child support system. Now, one would say, how do you prevent that, Harrison? What do you do to prevent from being on child support, or prevent having this negative ass relationship with someone you've had a kid with, right? In my opinion, because I've done it right and wrong, in my opinion, it starts with the person you select. Like, one of the biggest problems we got in our community, y'all, is we just have kids with the wrong people. Let's be honest. Everybody like to focus on the beauty of a life being created, and how delicate a child is, and how innocent a child is. Yeah, that's cool. And how much a child is a blessing, right? I agree with that. But in my opinion, let's say God is blessing you with a child. This is my opinion, family. And you didn't pick the right person. You and the mom are always at each other's neck. You ain't decided to get a job yet. You still living with your mama, right? This is going to have an extremely negative effect on our community, family. This is going to have an extremely negative effect on our community. So, are you ruining your blessing, right? Are you ruining your blessing by not being prepared? By not being in the right mental space to give this kid everything they need to be a successful member of society? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, a kid can be a blessing, but if you're not on your game, you can fuck this blessing up. If you're not being responsible, you're making it harder. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we don't need this system at all to help us out. Now granted, some people, I will say, you could be in a situation where you pick the right person, seemingly. Meaning y'all been in a relationship, y'all was in a relationship 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and the shit don't work out. Now it's getting messy. You may have to turn to that system. Fine. Like that, in society, relationships don't work sometimes. But I'm talking to my people specifically. Look, we are all too often in situations where we didn't know who we were when we decided to have a baby with this person. Now, as the kids getting older, we're trying to figure out what kind of person we're gonna be. We're trying to figure out what kind of parent we're gonna be after the fact, opposed to taking the time, getting to know yourself. Taking the time, making sure you with the right partner. Travel the world, date people. Like, get an understanding of what you like in a partner, what you don't like in a partner. We rush to having these goddamn kids. Now all of a sudden the system gotta step in because the woman sometimes don't got her shit together, so she needs welfare, right? She needs welfare, so she goes to the welfare system. If you go to the welfare system, they instantly gonna turn you to the child support system so you can chase that nigga for the money. You see what I'm saying? So all too often, we relying on this system to help us out when we should be governing ourselves, family. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, there are some people who abuse others and abuse this system to a degree, right? First, for my dudes, if you a dude who decided to have a baby, you see what I'm saying? You decided to have sex with a woman unprotected. So anytime you have sex with a woman unprotected, there's a possibility of a child that's gonna be born, right? So we got dudes who have kids and the mom can't find you. You ain't never spending no time with your child. You ain't created a stable environment to bring your child in. You're not trying to find no job simply to avoid paying child support. You ain't a working type dude, so you don't even see the benefit in having a stable income, right? And I've seen this, I've seen men who fit this build. If you a man who fit this build, you deserve everything you get, family. If she come at you and they take your whole goddamn paycheck once you get a job, they take your taxes. Some states your ass can even go to jail. Not here in California, but in some states your ass can even go to jail. If that's how you giving it up, if that's how you conducting yourself as a man, you deserve all that shit. You deserve all that shit. Because we gotta be honest. Sometimes you need somebody to step in to facilitate a situation. You see what I'm saying? What is a woman to do? Because I know a lot of women who are commendable, meaning they can't find a dude. He's nowhere to be found. He ain't really gave shit to the child, and they don't do nothing. They don't look for child support. They don't do any of that shit. They just set it upon themselves to be as productive as possible and give the kids the best life as possible. Now, I respect that because, like I was saying, we don't need this system in our business. The systematic racism that we deal with is big enough or thorough enough. We don't need to bring this system into our situations willingly. You know what I mean? So any woman who know her baby daddy ain't shit, who know he has never attempted to be the father that he can be, that he potentially can be, and you decide that you're not gonna bring him the child support, you decide you're not gonna do any of that, man, I salute you. But at the end of the day, for my brothers, if you're not doing shit for your child and you out here walking around in this world, how dare you? If you're not trying to communicate, because I'm not talking about money. See, let's say you don't got bread. You can go get your kids. Let's say you don't got bread. You can bring your son to a park. You can bring your son to get some McDonald's, $4, $5, $6, get him some McDonald's. Like, kids cherish all this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So if you're making no effort to be in your kid's life, I don't got no respect for you because you're causing the destruction of our family. You know what I'm saying? You're causing the destruction of the black family. It's bad enough we've had to deal with the welfare system being instituted. We had to deal with the institutionalized racism in the prison industrial complex that sees to arrest us at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more times quicker than they would somebody white. Like, we already have these enemies that are built into this country, family. We can't allow this system to play us against each other. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, if you're a brother who not taking care of your shit, something gotta happen. Because when I look at men who don't gotta pay nothing, who don't gotta spend time, I get a little upset because I'm like, damn, I never had it like that. Like, I had to pay every dollar that I had, all my time, every time that I could. I made sure to get my kids, I made sure to establish a routine so they don't gotta know when I'm coming and when I'm not coming. I'm gonna establish a routine to come get you so you can see me and it can be consistent enough to still help build up your personality so you ain't got all these goddamn daddy issues. You see what I'm saying? And I tried my hardest, and I still have certain problems that I have to deal with that have been fostered by me being a young parent. That shit gonna happen anyway. Don't make it worse by just saying fuck it. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you like me, who a brother who didn't have a father in his house or a father around. My dad died when I was 8, so I'm growing up not sure how manhood is supposed to work, not sure how fatherhood is supposed to work. But one thing I knew for sure is I'm not gonna be a deadbeat. I'm not gonna be somebody who just don't participate in their child's life or their child's development. You see what I'm saying? So if that's you as a dude, you gotta check yourself, family. You fucking up our community. That's real shit. You fucking up our community. When I look at these young dudes out here killing each other, these young dudes out here participating in all these different levels of street shit, I'm thinking, okay, first thing I think, okay, what was the relationship with the father? His father lived there? Did he didn't live there? Did he see him often? Like, what's the ratio of young men who had fathers who were heavily involved in their upbringing who still choose to do negative shit? Now, granted, even if you are a